States. San Francisco will end the month with no
Morning,
measurable
everybody.
rainfall, which has not happened in February since 1860. Redding, Sacramento, and Ukiah will also end the month with no rainfall for February, for the first time in recorded history. The unprecedented lack of moisture has led to a rapid expansion of abnormally dry to moderate drought conditions. Forecasters say this new storm will not produce enough rain to ease the drought conditions.
The Centers for Disease Control taking the blame for President Trump misidentifying the gender of the coronavirus patient who he announced yesterday had passed away in Washington state of the virus. The director of the CDC tweeting that the organization erroneously identified the patient as female when briefing President Trump and Vice President Mike Pence about it. The person who died was in fact a male in his 50s. And Tony Romo is set to become the highest paid analyst in TV history. Romo and CBS agreeing to a deal that will pay him $17 million a year.
Bridgewater Triangle.
He just began doing broadcasts for CBS in 2017 following his NFL retirement. For USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Getting its own FX show.
I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro News, here on AM 1530 WVBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Middleboro in Review for March 1st, 2020, and it is time to say hello to Don.
Hey, good morning, everyone in Radio Land. How's everyone doing?
How are you, Don?
It's a nice, crisp, sunny day on March 1st.
Very cold, yeah.
So what do you say? It's meteorological spring today?
Yes, first day of meteorological spring, I believe, yes.
Yeah,
it
we made
is.
it through February.
It's, yeah.
We had that extra day, leap year day, yesterday, so that was
Yep,
exciting.
we're going to have, towards the end of the show, we're going to talk about leap year birthdays and also leap year deaths. We're going to talk about that. And along with our birthdays and deaths for today, and also the Today in History, we have our sports segment. We're going to talk about the Celtics, Bruins, the XFL, and also the Middleboro Sachems.
I think your show, Middleboro Review on WBBF, 1530 AM, 99.7 FM, in the Taunton area, is you're on the XFL, you said is? I don't have many people talking about it. I think you're the only one talk. I mean, you torture me with all those sports shows when you ride in the car with me. So, and there's a lot of sports shows. I mean, maybe I don't know. Have you ever been hearing anything else about it? Are they really pushing it?
They are. Yes,
Yeah? Okay,
they are.
So,
I haven't heard anything really locally, but nationally it's being pushed.
like
yes.
the bigger sports talk shows in the Boston area, they talking about it
I hear it
when
a
they
little
feel
bit.
like it.
Yeah, I hear it a little bit. Yes.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good that you mentioning that. That's new and exciting. It seems to be taking shape, getting a grip there, right? Maybe.
Yes.
That's good.
Absolutely.
People love their football, and they can't get enough of it. So, why not have more football?
Can't have enough football.
That's it. What are we doing after the Super Bowl? More football. But it's a short-lived season. You said April, it's done.
April, it's done.
Okay, so it's whatever, because
It is short-lived.
make
Yes.
room for baseball.
Yes.
Right.
So we'll have our sports segment later on in the show. Weather in Middleboro, it was 18 degrees when we left Middleboro today. So, yeah. Very cold out there today. No rain in the forecast either, and also just very warm over the next week. And I believe Friday is the next time where we're going to have the chance to get some rain. I don't think we're going to get a lot.
As long as it's not snow, right?
There is snow in the forecast, but I don't know if that's going to happen. It's next week.
Really?
There's snow flurries, I believe, in the forecast.
You always get
But it's a little bit far in advance to
seems
to
like
predict
we
what's
always
going
get
on.
snow around St. Patty's Day. Some little storm, some little system comes through. It's always white. We're not out of the woods yet, folks. We
Yes.
still got the whole month of. It's 18 degrees out today, even though it's gonna be warm next week. It's not gonna stay. Even if we get like half a foot or a foot of snow, snow's gonna disappear.
Yeah.
Ground's still warm. Sun's high in the sky. So a few more weeks. Dust off your bikes and start doing that. If you don't mind the cold, today's a perfect day to do some outdoor activity. It hasn't been really raining, not lately. So if you go hiking, I'm sure the ground isn't saturated and wet. So if people don't like the cold, especially if you go hiking up Blue Hills or any of the parks that are out there. Borderland State Park's good place to go. There's another place in Sharon. It's called King Philip Conservation Area. It's right around the corner from Borderland State Park. Place is awesome. It's a hidden gem. I hiked it last year, and I went to the other side, and I came over where the northeast corridor tracks were, and back again. But that's a good place for mountain biking too. But it's a King Philip Conservation, and it's a really great place to go. It's a hidden gem in the middle of like Sharon. It's really nice.
So, we have a lot to get to today. And it's going to be a good show.
Really, really, really good show. We got a really good show.
We're also going to talk about Super Tuesday. As I know, Super Tuesday is coming up in Middleboro. And are also around the state itself. The state of Massachusetts is voting in presidential primaries on Tuesday for both parties, Democrat and Republican. So, we're going to talk about that. There's also a town election that we're going to mention as well. That we're also going to mention about as well. So, we have a phone call, and we're going to take that phone call. You're on Middleboro Review.
Yes, good morning, Joey. This is Chris Keach. I felt that somehow I must call in about the XFL. I get a chance to be a caller for once. I'm one of those people that, from childhood on, when football season ended, I went through football withdrawals. And, you had professional bowling, tons and tons and tons of college basketball, figure skating, whatnot. I think the XFL is an idea whose time has come. They're drawing good crowds. The Seattle League, Seattle's doing well, but especially St. Louis, the Battlehawks, they're drawing. The last couple of weeks, they've had home games where they drew 30,000 people.
Yes, so the interest is there for the XFL.
It is there, and the quality of the play. The thing that kills me about it is you get these guys that do the sports shows on television and radio, and they will say, "Oh, well, it's not the NFL." Well, no fooling. But why is it that baseball has AAA, AA, and A ball, the Carolina leagues, this league, that league? There is such a thing as Major League Lacrosse, Major League Soccer. Why can't we have spring football?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't get it. Now, today, 4 p.m. on FS1, it's the Houston Roughnecks and the Dallas Renegades, Battle of Texas. It should be a good game down in Dallas. And then at 7 p.m. tonight, DC Defenders versus the Tampa Bay Vipers. And Tampa Bay's vastly improved from its first couple of weeks' performance. So these are games that I'm going to be watching for sure.
Yes, and I'm going to be watching those as well. And we'll see throughout the next couple of weeks how the XFL continues to do. And off to a good start.
And may I add, beginning next weekend, the Indoor Football League, which by the way has 13 teams this year, is going to begin playing. And you can watch all their action either live or you can watch it archived on YouTube, which is awesome.
Yeah, I think more leagues should do that.
I like all that football stuff, but hey, March Madness is great for college basketball, and you got the Olympics this summer and whatnot, but I welcome the idea of spring sports, so wanted to chip in on this Sunday morning with that.
Absolutely, and you talk about the minor leagues. You have the Red Sox have several minor league teams. You have the Pawtucket Red Sox, who are going to be moving to Worcester. You have Salem. I believe there's one other team that I'm mentioning.
Portland Sea Dogs.
And Portland.
They play a team up in Maine. They play at Havelock Field. I've been to a number of their games over the years. And all kinds of people go to that. Nobody says, well, it's not the big league. It's great baseball.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for the call, Chris.
Yep, I'm rolling in there later this morning. I did want to make a note while I'm on the air that Songs of the Emerald Isle, the last couple of weeks, Joey has stayed by and done repeat shows because Jim Larkin has been ailing. He hopes to be back in action. We're in communication with him. But the show may take a couple more weeks hiatus. I have not heard from him. He may be in today, but I'm thinking that he's not. So hang in on that, folks. We'll have more on Emerald Isle as the information becomes available, as Jim recovers. But he needs to take some time off, and he's got it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the information.
Okay, Joey, talk to you later.
Bye-bye. All right. Chris Keach calling in and
So another fan.
talking about the XFL. And
I'll tell you, it's people are grabbing it. They really like it. They love the idea. They can't get enough football.
All right, well, we're going to take a break here, and we'll be right back here on 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. We're also on TuneIn. Type in Hometown Talk Radio to listen to us from anywhere you have internet connection. We'll be right back.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby.
The convict
Our
decks?
mission is to support those who
Yeah,
have
I'm having
defended our
issues with
country
the
and
internet.
freedoms. Our focus is to
Yeah.
help veteran care facilities.
It's not
provide
working.
warm
I'm
meal,
having issues with the
clothing,
internet.
shelter,
I should have brought it up
and
to Chris when I
guidance.
was
Or
on
simply
the air.
to say thank you
No, you
and
gotta
welcome
bring
home.
you gotta bring
We have
technical
members from
difficulties
nearly
on the air.
all 50
Yeah.
states and living
Wow.
abroad.
It's
So you
Many members
so,
continue
no
to
internet
serve in our
access
armed forces,
at all, so you can't
with
do those
some
shows?
serving in combat areas now.
What
We
do you mean?
sponsor and or
You
participate
can't do the
in
internet
many
shows?
motorcycle-related charity events
Um,
each year.
what I
And as a
can't do
nonprofit
is
organization, donate to various veteran care
Stay in history,
facilities
I don't
and veteran charities. To learn more
It might
about
just
the
be my
Combat
laptop.
Veteran
Hold on.
Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma
You can do history on that laptop, right?
.org.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see here. Hold on.
DK Driscoll Oval Services is a
Okay,
company to
that
call
seems to be
get
working.
any cleanup you may need to do around
just-
your
it
house
might
done
just be
at
my,
any time of the year.
Computer.
You, can call
You
them
gotta,
at 508
you gotta see Jeff this week. He's out.
2334.
Yeah, I know.
Remove construction debris, metals,
Alright, yeah,
railroad
this is just
ties,
my,
tires,
it's just my computer that's not
appliances,
working.
and much, much
I don't know
more,
why, but
like concrete, brick, asphalt, yard removal, brush, logs, and leaves. Also, basements, attics, garages, houses, and property in general. Again, the number is 508-725-2334. Call them today. You will not be disappointed in DK Driscoll Removal Services.
kids to grow up safe and healthy. So we show them how. With honest
the other two
conversations that
Yeah.
let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids.
Does Chris
they
have
need to
the,
know that they should never be
bumper
shared with friends or family.
show?
For more
I
information
don't know.
about talking
I
to
think
your
so.
kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs,
Push your
visit
show.
underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Monday morning.
Yeah. I'll push the Sunday programming too.
Located at 48
When we come back, I'll push all that.
Offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car.
Push what?
They are a direct repair
The Sunday
shop with all
programming,
major insurance
and then the
companies.
Monday
Reach them
stuff.
at
You know the Monday program by heart?
583-1495.
The morning
I've been
stuff.
here 3 years, so I figured you know all
The morning stuff, I believe. Yeah.
And 8 to
I
4
want it
on
unless you really know.
Fridays. Call them
Yeah.
today. You
I'm
will
just gonna
not
do
be
Sunday. I
disappointed.
think.
508-583-1495.
Yeah.
TJ Driscoll Construction is based in Wareham, Massachusetts.
All right. We're gonna do the leap year birthdays next, and then after that, we're gonna do.
Specialize in septic repair and
Oh, I
landscaping.
gotta figure out the rant there.
TJ Driscoll Construction.
The barracks guy.
508-735-7966.
Anytime, more time.
And then after that, we're gonna do
Retaining walls, foundations,
Super Tuesday talk.
excavation,
A little bit.
lawn installation,
Like 2 or 3 minutes.
tree and shrub installations. TJ Driscoll Construction. Again, the number is 508-735-7966. Call them today. You will not be disappointed.
All right. And we're back here on Middleboro in Review for March 1st, 2020. Here. And we are at 14 Church Green in Taunton, Massachusetts, at the Taunton Federal Credit Union Studios. So, Don, how's your week going?
It's going wonderful, Joseph. It's awesome.
That's awesome to hear.
Big smiles all around. I love driving in traffic. I love driving down Route 18 on a Saturday 3 times to go do a job. I love the bumpy roads on Route 18. I love my neck getting snapped around every time I drove over a bump. I love sitting in traffic. I love being cut off all the time. I love the finger gestures people give me for just driving and minding my own business. I love the idea you drive down the road and people, because they want to save 5 cents on gas, they got 3 cars stuck out on the highway and you gotta go drive around. I love the idea that people don't pull over ambulances. I love all that. It's a great week. Route 18 is a disaster, folks. I know they're working on it, but the patchwork is incredible. It's a nightmare. It's the whole stretch of road from Abington, from 139 all the way pretty much to South Shore Hospital is a nightmare. They should try to, I know they're working on it, but when they patch it up, they should try to maybe do a halfway decent job patching up because people still need to drive on it. I think you mentioned that that the project's not going to be done until next year or 2022 or something like that. The Weymouth Route 18, we talked about that about a month ago.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's going to be a couple years.
It's insane. It's just, they're not even trying to really patch it up. I know they're doing all sorts of work, and I think they're doing some sort of sewer work or whatever, and they're digging up the road, and they're doing I understand that. But when they pave it, they're not even trying to make it flat. They're not even trying. It's just horrible. I drive down in my oil truck. I'm glad I don't have that route because I go the other way. But when I have to go down there, my head hits the ceiling. That's with the seatbelt on. I just wish they'd just do a better job patching behind it. I know it's a temporary patch, but it's just like they don't even try to make it smooth. They don't even try to. Traffic has to drive on it for another 2 years. There's going to be accidents. It's terrible. It's terrible. That's my rant for today.
Yeah, this.
You asked
this,
how I was doing. I told you I had a wonderful week. I gave it to you, okay?
There's some roads that
18 is a disaster, folks.
that need to be looked at.
I know that again for the second time. All right, I know they need to do the work, and I know they patch it temporarily. They should do a better job patching it, just so you're not going into potholes and craters the size of Texas.
So yesterday was Leap Day. Yesterday was the 29th of February. That only happens every 4 years. So the last time that happened was 2016.
Excuse me, Joe. I got a question for you.
Yes.
So you're born in leap year, right?
Yes.
So are you technically only that age? Not. That's ridiculous. So if you're born on February 29th, so when do you celebrate your birthday next year? February 28th or March 1st?
I guess it would depend.
Technically, if you wanted to if you were to turn 21 and you wanted to go and have a few drinks with your friends or whatever, or go to a casino, when can you legally do that? Can you come in on the 28th on your 20th birthday, on your 21st birthday, and say I was born on the 29th, or will they make you wait the extra day? That's kind of a useless question to ask, but it's kind of, I wonder if people might run into it. Picture you being born on February 29th, okay?
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not 8 years old if you're 16, you know what I'm saying? It's just, obviously that's not the case.
Yeah.
So when is your birthday? When do you celebrate your birthday? Legally, when do you turn 21? When do you turn 15? Is it on February 28th or is it on March 1st?
I think
I'd say
February would be the birthday month. So I would say the 28th.
I'd say March 1st. I'd say they push it over one more.
Yeah, I'm sure that
because March 1st belongs with 20,
that. Yeah.
Well, March 1st belongs with 20, because technically today is February 30th. Think about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, we have a couple of birthdays and deaths to talk about when it comes to Leap Day. Yesterday. So, we 2 birthdays that are celebrated on Leap Day that I found. The first one we have is 1936. Henry Richard, Canadian ice hockey player. 1940, William H. Turner Jr., famous American horse trainer. And we have 1 death on a leap day in 2012. Davy Jones, English singer, guitarist, and actor.
I love Davy Jones. I love the Monkees. Aren't they great? And you know what? We all grew up. If you grew up in the 70s, everyone watched the Brady Bunch. It was a great program. Everyone and they did the reruns for years, all through the 80s, 70s, 80s. I mean, now you can still watch it on a few local Boston channels. But there's one episode where Marsha, okay, has Davy Jones sing at her prom, and it was like one of the best episodes ever. And he kind of does a song too. I think it's Girl or something like that. But it's just like, it's one of those memorable shows that that Davy Jones was on, and I think a lot of people might have go back and see. In fact, I'm going to go back and listen to that song because it was just a great song. It was a great episode, and that's it. I think that episode was like in 1969 and 1970. So that's when the Monkees were in the heyday. They were like huge at that point in time. So hats off to Davy Jones and happy birthday. Yesterday. Maybe today. I don't know.
All right, so we have an article from the Enterprise. Taunton man escaped Middleboro barracks. Went home. Police say a man who escaped from the Middleboro State Police Barracks Tuesday night was arrested at his Taunton home a couple hours later, where he was found trying to jump from a window. Victor Ossow, 42, was initially arrested by the Massachusetts State Police Violent Fugitive Apprehension Section at a Wales Street home in Taunton at about 3:25 p.m. Tuesday on warrants for assault and battery. Ossow was taken to the Middleboro State Police Barracks at 326 West Grove Street, where he was booked and placed in a holding cell, said agency spokesman David Proscopio. Hours later, at 9 p.m., troopers discovered Ossow had escaped from the building. Preliminary investigation indicates that the cell door did not properly lock, allowing Ossow to exit the cell and flee out a back exit of the barracks. Troopers from the Violent Fugitive Apprehension Section and Troop D Community Action Team began a search for the suspect. The Middleboro Police Department was also notified, and officers conducted a search in town. Wow.
He had a hot day. He had to get home.
Wow.
He wasn't hanging around there.
Yeah. He walked home.
He walked home.
Went home. He walked home. Pretty much.
From Middleboro to Taunton.
Oh, I'm sure he got some sort of... I don't know. I'm not saying that he probably got a ride from somebody, but...
Well, what's the timeline as far as him escaping and getting captured again?
Well, he escaped. Let's see. 2:25 p.m. He was arrested at 3:25 p.m. Tuesday.
All right.
And he escaped Tuesday night and was arrested at his house a couple hours later after that.
He must have got a ride because it would take him 2 hours to walk to. And wouldn't that be something if you walk the whole way and just get a ride back to the same spot? Wow. That guy doesn't sound like he has the sharpest tool in the shed now, does he?
No.
No. Oh, boy. All right, well.
You can find this article online.
Oh, you got that mug shot, too. You got an awesome picture of him.
Yeah, there's a mug shot, too. You can find this whole article online if you want to read the whole article.
Yes.
And it also has a mug shot there.
Yeah, that's something you don't hear too much about it. Someone escaping from the barracks in all places.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't hear that often at all. All right, so we have our sports segment now here on Middleboro in Review for March 1st. A couple weeks, actually, is March 15th, the Ides of March. We're going to be talking about that a little bit more in detail next week. The Ides of March in the middle of March, March 15th, falls on a Sunday this year. So we'll talk a little bit more about that next week. But on to our sports segment. So the Celtics had a really, really good game yesterday against the Houston Rockets. They did lose in overtime, 111-110. Very, very close game. Both teams are really, really good. They have just about an equal record. Houston is 39-20 after the win, and Boston is 41-18 after the loss. So the Celtics did suffer a tough loss yesterday. Their next game is against the Nets on Tuesday, against Kyrie Irving in the Nets, but Kyrie Irving I don't believe is going to play in that game. I'm not sure. I don't know if he's still injured or not. I know he was injured throughout the season. He's been injured. He's been playing with injuries and also just been plagued with them this year for the Nets. I don't know if he'll play. I don't think he will. I think he's out, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And then after that, the Celtics versus the Cavaliers. So two interesting games coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday. Celtics versus Nets and Cavaliers versus the Celtics. We have the Bruins. They picked up a great win yesterday, blowing out the New York Islanders 4-0. And New York is pretty good. The Islanders are 35-21. So they're a pretty good team. And Boston, with the win, picks up their 41st win of the year. They're 41-13-12. And David Pastrnak continues to have an amazing season. He scored again last game, and he continues to have an amazing, amazing year. So that's our sports segment for today. We have a couple of different games coming up for both the Celtics, Bruins. Red Sox are continuing their spring training. They had a game against the Yankees yesterday, which they did not do too well in. So, the Red Sox are continuing their spring training schedule with, I believe, the first game coming up in late March. We'll have
Are you talking the home opener?
well, not the home opener. I don't know when the home opener is, but I believe
I
the
think
next.
it's I thought it was March. I thought they said March 27th.
I believe regular season starts at the end of the month. I'm not exactly sure what day. We'll have that for you next week.
It's funny because now it's earlier now.
Yeah, it is.
It was never like I know it was always like the last day of March or the first day of April, but it seems like they bumped it back a few days. 27th. It's gonna be mid-March pretty soon if they keep moving things around. I don't know.
All right, we're gonna take a break. Our second commercial break of the show, and we'll be right back here on Middleboro in Review on 1530 AM, 99.7 FM, WVBF.
Are you playing those WVBF bumpers? The little...
Yeah, I'm gonna at the end of this commercial break. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. Is it on the log?
A little bit. What?
Are they on the log?
No, but I know the one to play.
Yeah, you should because it does. Chris was right when he talked about that. That's just. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Just reminds people where they are.
Alright.
Other than you announcing it, coming on or coming off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. February 29th. That's not the one I want.
I gotta get my rant out of the way. That's good.
No new South Coast Rail news?
No.
No? Okay. I haven't been following it.
Metals, railroad ties, tires, appliances, paints, and much, much more. Like concrete, brick, asphalt, yard removal.
What are you doing?
Brush, logs, and leaves. Also,
Can't have that on the air. We'll go back on the air.
I know.
Houses and property in general. Again, the number is 508-725-2334. Call them today. You will not be disappointed in DK Driscoll Janitor Services.
Less than 20 seconds. That's the song that Davy Jones does.
Oh, does he? Okay.
That's the Brady Bunch song.
Okay.
Yeah. Sings for Marsha.
Okay.
You think that was stupid saying that?
No. No, a lot of people watched the Brady Bunch.
Oh, that was a great episode with Davy Jones. A lot of people got to know Davy Jones through that episode. You know?
A lot of people watched. A lot of people watched.
Yeah, that's a
Brady
great
Bunch,
episode.
so-
It happened to be his birthday. I just remembered it.
Veteran Motorcycle Association.
I think you can get a hold of Martha pretty soon.
Yeah, I believe at the end of the month is when they open. So
Our mission is to support those who have defended our country.
it'd be great to get them back.
Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal.
Cranberry Pond too. I gotta go talk to them at some point too.
Thank you and
You need some more sponsors.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some new sponsors too at some point.
Try to get some more other sponsors so you can go on twice a week. That'd be awesome, right?
Yeah, that would be great.
You kind of don't want to leave the slot because it's established. Yeah, I mean,
It's a good slot.
well, it's not a good slot, but
Well,
it's established.
It's good enough.
Well, people know the slot. You don't want to move and lose the viewers. You just have to do another show. So you need sponsors to do the show.
Yeah.
CVMA 2-2.
You should grab that 12 o'clock hour. You should grab that 12 o'clock after Larry's show. You know what I mean? Just get some more sponsors. Find out how many sponsors you can use for this show and see if you can ask Chris what he thinks. If I get enough sponsors to sponsor another show, could I have another? And call it Middleboro in Review. I don't know.
Monday through Thursday.
I don't know.
Deluxe?
I don't know.
Fridays. Call in today. You will not
Just call it the Joey Driscoll Show.
508-583.
Yeah, because you can talk about, you don't have to.
You can talk about anything, yeah.
Anything, yeah.
I don't know.
Ask him if you can get the Joey Driscoll Show.
Yeah.
You know, even on Saturdays. If I get the sponsors, can I get a show? Ask Chris.
Alright.
Call the Joey Driscoll Show.
Call TJ Driscoll Construction.
I won't be around to be, I can't be there. I'm here every week doing that, but I mean,
I know.
I think if you can talk about anything,
New
you'd be more
septic
comfortable
systems,
doing.
Yeah.
retaining walls, foundations, and excavation, lawn installations,
And you
tree
gagging
and
me, I'm gonna
shrub
quit.
installations.
I'm gonna go on strike.
TJ Driscoll Construction.
Yeah.
Again, the number is
Oh, you
508.
haven't fighted me yet, have you?
No.
7966.
Why would I?
Today, you will not be
Get
disappointed.
fired, baby, don't pay me.
Alright.
Did you play Spark Street?
Yeah, I did.
You play Tom?
Yeah, I did.
Alright.
I played Spark Street. I think so. Yeah. 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 I think so.
Oh boy.
No, well, it's like half talking to you, half talking to... And we're back here on Middleboro in Review. March 1st, 2020. So, we have Super Tuesday coming up. It's a big day. Not just in Massachusetts, but several other states for the presidential primaries that are coming up, that are already ongoing. You had South Carolina yesterday. So, Super Tuesday is the first big day in the presidential primaries when it comes to multiple states being contested. So, Massachusetts is one of those states. So, it's important to go out and vote on Tuesday. I believe Democrats and Republicans both have a primary. And it's going to be important to go out and vote in this particular primary. Any thoughts, Don?
They had the early voting last week, and I guess I was successful, but I think a lot of people didn't realize, and I heard that being broadcast Friday, actually, on other radio stations in the Boston area, that a lot of the town halls, municipal buildings, close early on Friday or are not even open. So that was a little confusion in that part. I guess they needed an act of Congress or act of legislation to change those hours. So I guess they thought the people know ahead of time, which I think is fair. I think they were kind of making a big deal out of it myself about Friday, but those are the people's hours, and people have schedules to stick to and family obligations. If your hours, if you don't work on Friday, now all of a sudden you don't work on Friday. But I think a lot of places, a place like City Hall in Boston, of course, it's open on Friday, but in the smaller towns, some are only open like a few days a week, or a lot of them they do half days Fridays, so that was a little snafu, but it was all right though. I mean, we're glad it didn't get blown out of proportion too much. But they had the early voting, which was the first time in history for a primary from Massachusetts, I believe. So that was good. A lot of people who had, don't want to wait in lines. A lot of older people who really can't wait in lines, get to the polls. They had well, I guess 4.5 days to get to the polls. I'm not sure if they're doing early voting tomorrow on the Monday before. I didn't hear too much about it, but I think it was last week.
No, I don't think so. I think it was Monday through Friday of this week.
You're right, and like I said, Friday was a little shaky because, like I said, a lot of the town halls were closed.
Yes.
Or had half a days. So, but I think Bill Galvin did a great job on explaining that to everybody, and he got on board and he told everybody. So I tip my hats off to him, and he's a great Secretary of State in my opinion.
Yes.
He's always, he's just on the ball.
So we want to also relay this information as well. The polling hours for state elections and primaries, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. So you have until 8 p.m. to go out and vote.
Yeah, go out and vote, folks. It's important to vote. Whatever side you're on, or whoever you like. It's all great because this is the great country. Whoever wins, wins. And we've been doing this for a long time. And everyone says, oh, this time now, it's shaky, it's this, it's that, it's polarizing. You know what? Read your history. Go back to the election of 1824 between Andrew Jackson and John Quincy Adams. You know what's shaky? And that country was, not even 50, wasn't even 50 years old. So, a lot of fun going on, folks. That's U.S. politics. It's just how it is. We're still a free country. People always pull together when there's a problem, no matter who you voted for, no matter who you like. At the end of the day, we're all Americans, and we all pull together.
Yes, absolutely, and that's important.
We like bickering about politics. It's just what we like to do.
That's important.
It's very important.
All right, we have a reminder to. I found this on the Middleboro website. 2020 dog licenses are due. All dogs must be licensed by March 31st, 2020 in order to avoid late fees or citations.
Get the dogs taken care of, folks.
March 31st, the end of this month.
Okay, yeah. I think you mentioned that last year too, right?
I mentioned something about it last year, yes.
Did you have an article on the girls' basketball in Middleboro?
I did actually. I'm gonna talk about that right now.
Oh,
thank you for reminding me.
But we're talking about it in the car.
I was gonna talk about it in my sports segment.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, that was more like a national sports segment, wasn't it?
What?
Well, you talked about the Bruins. You didn't talk about any local.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that in my sports segment. It's a part of my sports segment.
Well, call this
the local stuff is a part of my sports
segment 2.1.
Okay, so sports segment 2.0. The Middleboro girls basketball team made the tournament over the past week. They had a game against Apponequet, which they did win. They moved on to the quarterfinals against Denham. And in a hard-fought game, they did lose to Denham. And now the season has come to an end. A really hard-fought season for the girls' basketball team. Really, really good season. And we hope that they will build on it next year and come back stronger next year. Any thoughts on?
I think they got to be proud of where they got to.
Yes, absolutely. Second round is good. Is good.
They should be really proud of themselves.
Yeah. Second round is good, and I know that they'll come back next year.
All that hard work.
Yeah.
Is interesting, and they gotta. That's awesome. And Middleboro always does well in sports, and they just keep trying because every time you turn around, you mentioned something about a championship for Middleboro or this or that, and they got everything going on. So that's great. Congratulations. Anyway, I know they didn't win the champion, but they got to that certain point. And you got to put that mug shot. I love that mug shot of that guy there. You got to put that up on the wall here or something, You should leave it here. Let everyone look at it.
I'll put the article on the Facebook page, and people can go go read the article.
Yeah, I love the picture. Oh boy, he doesn't look like a happy camper.
All right, so we are going to do the Today in Histories a little early because we want to end with one more article, and I want to end it on time. So we have the Today in Histories for March 1st, 2020. The first one we have is 1565. The city of Rio de Janeiro is founded. 1642. Georgiana, Massachusetts, now known as York, Maine, becomes the first incorporated city in the United States. This is March 1st, 1642. 1790. The first United States Census is authorized. Of course, the 2020 census is on April 1st, coming up next month.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
1936, March 1st. The Hoover Dam is completed. And we have one birthday to talk about. March 1st, 1966. Paul Hollywood. He's an English chef. So, that is our Today in Histories plus birthdays for March 1st. We have 2020, yes. March 1st, 2020. So we have one article to finish off today. This is from WBZ. WBZ CBS Boston. An article from them. And it reads, Future Mechanics Repair Car for Haverhill Veteran. A unique partnership between the Minutemen Vocational Technical High School and a nonprofit helps a local veteran get a car and gives future car mechanics valuable experience and a great feeling for helping someone out. Aris Lopez, a Coast Guard veteran, smiled ear to ear as the cover came off the first car he ever owned. I went a long time just being in survivor mode, trying to figure out what the next step is going to be. I'm glad to feel this big break, he said. The 2004 Volkswagen was donated to Second Chance Cars, a one-year-old organization with the goal of putting low-income veterans in the driver's seat. This is the kind of moment where you can go from hoping to survive to potentially thriving, said Dan Holland, head of Second Chance. But it's the automotive technology students at Lexington's Minutemen Tech who did the work to get the car road ready, making repairs and checking tires, brakes, and the electrical system. I think it's awesome that some of the work that I did will benefit someone that is in need, says sophomore Ajas Thayaker, who is in the program. I think it's a good idea to help people who don't have enough money, said student Matthew Gately. So, the cars are usually worth from $3,000 to $5,000 and aren't completely free for the veteran. They each receive a $900 interest-free loan so they can pay a small part of the cost while rebuilding their credit. And the article continues a little bit
That's awesome.
as well. And you can read that whole article online. So
That's great.
that is awesome.
What why not? A veteran? You kidding me? They're the first ones that deserve it, in my opinion. That is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a list of the Super Tuesday states that could be voting here.
Yeah, that would be good information to get out
to
people.
Yeah, let me blow it up here. Maine, Colorado, Minnesota, Virginia, North Carolina, Massachusetts, Utah, Vermont, Arkansas, California, Alabama, and...
Can you speak up a little bit?
Oh, I'm sorry. Speaking of the mics.
Yes.
All right, we got Maine, Colorado. I'm sure everyone hears my voice. You can hear my voice through Texas.
Just want to make sure, because you're kind of whispering over there. So we
I'm
want to make sure that
loud talking. No,
you can hear.
Okay, all right. I'm getting yelled at. Yeah, okay. Maine, Colorado, Minnesota, Virginia, North Carolina, Massachusetts, Utah, Vermont, Arkansas, California, Alabama, and Oklahoma. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. The little list here. Hope I'm right. Yeah, I'm on the Super Tuesday thing. Yeah, that's it. I mean, if Massachusetts is in there, then the rest of these states, along with it, has to be.
Yes. So, Super Tuesday, March 3rd.
Yes, and Tom Steyer.
Yeah,
his name right? He's out.
Yes.
He's out. He tried.
So another presidential candidate has dropped out of the race.
Yeah, he spent a lot of money on advertising. He started the advertising early. I remember he was ads on a year ago. He really, but
so it'll be interesting to see.
He didn't make it.
It'll be interesting to see who comes out on the Democratic side, the winner.
Yeah, and Joe Biden did real well, right? In South Carolina.
And also,
Bernie came in second.
Like I said, I believe the Republicans do have a primary in Massachusetts as well.
Yes.
So
I think Bill Weld is on
the ticket here.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So
it'll be interesting to see.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if he gets any momentum too. You never know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there as well.
You never know what's in people's minds on the vote.
You never know.
You never know. So
yeah,
you can't. If we learned a lesson from the 2016 election, you never know.
All right, so that's it. That's gonna do it for March 1st, 2020, Middleboro.
Or February 30th, whatever you call it.
I don't think there's 30 days in February. Join us next week for the March 8th edition of Middleboro in Review. We're going to have a lot of great stuff for next week and also the following week, which is March 15th, the Ides of March, the middle of the month.
Yay.
Yeah.
The Celtics are on a roll.
And the Celtics are on a roll, so go Celtics.
Go Celtics.
Go Celtics. All right. Have a great day, everybody.
Enjoy your beautiful week this week. Beautiful weather. Enjoy it.
Bye-bye, everybody. That's great.
You speak up, please.
Yeah, I should have just, skipped that particular quote.
You did. Yeah.
No, I just... Thiarker? I don't...
It looks like you
can't
read
awful.
it. If you can't read it,
yeah.
move on.
Yeah.
Don't even just... Or you know what? You don't have to read the whole article. Just enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't read the whole article. There was one or two more pages.
Well, but you read enough, I think.
I read quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah. I think you did.
I had to. I had to read quite a bit of that article.
Yeah, whatever. You should have read it. Maybe looked at it during a commercial and try to.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you don't want to walk into the thing. That's all right. You did all right. I don't see you on Facebook yet.
I'm live.
No.
It says I'm live.
Okay.
Broadcasting live from the Taunton Federal Studios at 14 Church Green. We are AM 1540 WVBF, Middleboro, Taunton, and
did anybody pop in on you?
Middleboro Center.
I'm sure they did. I just didn't watch the screen, so I don't know. No one particularly that I know of. I don't know what's going on there.
Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden celebrating a decisive and much-needed victory in South Carolina's Democratic presidential primary.
I don't
yesterday.
usually.
He was looking
pop
forward
up
to
as being
Tuesday's
live.
14
I didn't
primaries,
I don't know.
which is why
All right.
it's called Super Tuesday.
See you guys next week.